Good morning. My name is Erica Morgan, and I am the Director of Programs at Dress for Success Columbus. And thank you for tuning in to Empower Her virtual series. I'm so excited to be here today. Our topic for today is channeling pain into purpose. And I have the honor and the privilege to have a conversation with Coach Ashanti. Welcome.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you taking time out of your very busy schedule to be here with me.
Yes.
We're gonna dive right in today because this is a topic that is near and dear to me, and I think that is necessary in our community. But before we get in, would you like to introduce yourself to the community?
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ashante Lancaster, also known as your favorite coach, Coach Ashante. I am the owner of Potential to Promise Coaching, where I legit just take women from one place to the best place.
Yes, I love that. I love that. All right, well, I'm trying to get to the best place,
The
okay?
best place.
During this hour, I'm trying to get to the best place. So
You
we're gonna
already
dive
at the
right
best.
in. Yeah,
Okay, you all right. All right.
I might need to get to a bestest.
The bestest.
All right. Have you ever considered reframing your past challenges as opportunities for growth and transformation in your professional life?
Absolutely. First of all, I think that you have to do that. If you are not going to use what happened to you as stairs, then you will always remain stagnant or
Yeah.
in your current location. So, failures are just, I don't know, instructions, directions that
Yeah.
you have to be able to use them to propel you forward. So personally, I mean, I have reinvented my business a couple of times. So coaching is one of the businesses that I have. I also have a commercial cleaning business. I'm also getting ready to start a new business this year. And so I have had to reinvent myself multiple times. And every time I reinvent myself, I have to take all of the lessons,
Mm.
not losses, lessons that I've
Yeah.
learned and use them as stairs so that I can reach the next level.
I love that. Use them as stairs because our failures, they make us, right? They
Yeah,
allow us to get to the place that we're going. And I always like to say our tests and our trials turn into our testimonies, and it
100%.
is meant to be shared.
Yeah, I mean, if you take a failure, if you take the letter F, it looks like a little ladder. So
Yeah.
then if you just stack a whole bunch of
Come
F's on top of each
on.
other, they're ladders and you can just use them to get to the next level.
Mm. I love that. Take that failure, that F, and turn it into a ladder to get to the next level. Staying true to what we do here at Empower Her, you are welcome to add a convers add a question to the conversation, drop something in the chat. So I'll be on the lookout for some questions that are in the chat. It looks like a question popped up already. Y'all are not playing.
Not
What
today.
strategies have you used to channel your past pain into fuel for personal and professional growth?
Oh, strategies. What I've learned about humans is that we have to have how tos because I need to know. Show me like what you did so that I too can apply it. For me, I've honestly implemented a lot of self care time. So being a wife, being a mom, being a coach, being a pastor, being a leader in my community, there has been years that I've neglected myself.
Mm,
And so one of the past failures that I had was being a people pleaser. It's very dangerous. I do not recommend. It's ghetto over there. So what I've had to learn over the past couple of years is really just implement time that is sanctioned for me, and I get to do whatever I want to do in that time. So I know, like, oh, well, you should pray, you should meditate, and you said yes,
mm,
all those things, but also both and I'm also going to if I want to watch Netflix, I'm going to do that. If I want to go grab myself a cheeseburger from my favorite place, I'm
yeah,
going to do that. And I'm not going to feel guilty about doing it. And so that's
good.
definitely a strategy that I've taken into this season, excuse me, that I didn't have before. And another strategy is I like to vision plan extremely broad and then I take it into small details. So the old me, especially when it came to my business, I'm a dreamer and I'm a visionary. So I'd be like, oh, I want to have this huge women's conference and we're all going to be in Florida. And honey, I will have the video done. I will have the hotel booked. I ain't sold a ticket.
I love that.
And I would end up disappointing myself though, because just because you see something doesn't mean it's time for that.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the times I would see stuff and I would think that means do it now.
Hmm.
And I'm a firm believer in like God's time and Kairos time. And so I have now, when it comes to strategy, it's okay, here's the big picture, but how do we get there? And
Yeah.
I coach my clients the same way. Entrepreneurs, people who are visionaries, who are goal oriented people, they have huge goals. Oh, I want to lose 100 pounds. That's great. But if you don't lose 100 pounds tomorrow, you'll get discouraged.
Yeah.
So making sure that you are just putting small details in every day on how it is that you're going to achieve the goal. I think one of the sayings that I always say is, how do you eat an elephant? It's one bite at a time.
I love, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. It's
Just
gonna
one.
take a while, but that one bite.
That's it. You're making progress with one bite for sure.
I love it. See, we stay true. It's always going to be some gems dropped during Empower Her. That's why we love that you stay tuned in. All right, let's keep the party rolling. What role do you think mindset plays in harnessing the power of past pain to drive purposeful action and success?
Oh, so mentality is everything. Like the reason why mindset is everything, because perception is reality. And so if you're thinking a certain way, then that is who you are going to be. If I think of Ashante a certain way, then that is who I'm going to present. If I have low level thinking of myself, then
Yeah.
my goals are probably low level. I'm probably not going to achieve the things that I want to achieve. If I have low self esteem, I mean, if it's low, it ain't gonna go.
Mm.
Like that's another one. That's
If it's
that's another one
low,
for
it
y'all.
ain't going to go.
It just is what it is, and so but getting the right mentality, it takes a lot of work. And so what happens is that I'm not gonna say trick yourself, but you have to fight
Mm-hmm.
to have proper perspective about who you are, about what it is that you're capable of doing. You can do whatever you want to do. You are capable of achieving everything that
Yeah.
you see. Is it going to take hard work? Is it going to take discipline? Are you going to have to be obedient? Absolutely. But it's possible. And so I think that you have to, it's a for me, it's every day. It's an
Mm.
everyday fine tuning of my brain.
Yeah.
My husband always says, because he played baseball in college, my brother-in-law played baseball professionally, and they would say the difference between a home run and a foul is the tweak of a bat.
Mm.
It's not major changes. Like we think we got to go in, you have to overhaul all this stuff. But what happens if you're overhauling the good stuff?
Yeah.
And you didn't even need to change that. You didn't need to wear a different outfit, or you didn't need to say a different word. It was just a very, very small fine tune. And for me, mindset is the small tune. And once you can get your mindset where it needs to be, because vision governs behavior. So you cannot go with where you don't see, but
Mm.
your mind is telling you what it is that you see.
Yeah.
So my mentality, my mindset has to be on greater, has to be on larger, has to be um I think my goals, dreams, aspirations, and hopes, that's what governs my behavior.
Yeah.
But if that mentality begins to be poor, if it begins to be lower level, if begins to just, if depression and anxiety begins to feel that, then that's going to govern my behavior.
Yeah.
And then I'll never see what it is that I want. So for me, y'all, mentality, mindset is number one.
Mm. I love that. And that's where I think that's where that stinking thinking concept came from.
100%.
Yeah. Mindset is key because
It is.
people, you wake up, you control your day. If you wake up and have that stinking
Yeah.
thinking, your day is going to project that way. But when you wake up like I'm going to have a great day, even if I don't have a day where everything is lollipops and everything is perfect and the sun is not shining, you know, there's a in that day there's good in that day, and so you focus on that. And I
Yeah.
think that remembering that and changing your mindset to say, okay, something went bad today,
Yeah.
I had something happen, but it did not ruin my whole day.
Yeah. My spiritual dad say every day above ground is a good day.
Amen.
Every day above
Every
ground is
day
a good day.
it's a good day.
And if you wake up tomorrow, then you have another opportunity to
It's a
do it
clean
again.
slate.
Yeah.
It's a clean
It
slate
is.
every single day to do it right.
It is.
I love that. Yes, come on, come
I love
on.
you so much.
Are there any specific goals or aspirations you've set for yourself that you feel are directly linked to overcoming past pain or adversity?
Yeah, man, don't quit.
Yes.
Like flat out. Like
That's
that
it.
is that is
Mic drop.
that's it. Don't quit. Because I've quit so many times. And the reason why I quit was directly linked to people.
Mm,
Um it's we're having a human experience. You and I right now, like
yeah.
we are two humans having an experience. And in this life, if you don't manage people the right way, then people will deplete you.
They will.
And with depleting you, they'll deplete your dreams, they'll deplete your, what it is that you want to do, your aspirations. And so for me, man, it's just don't quit. No matter if it doesn't matter if it doesn't look like what I wanted it to look like. It doesn't matter if it takes a really long time. It doesn't matter if my birthday comes again and it's still not. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just don't quit. If I'm
Mhm.
persistent, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And that's it for me. My mantra, my motto. That is it for 2024. Ashante, you cannot quit.
Don't quit. Mic drop. We could end there with channeling pain into purpose. Just don't
Don't quit.
quit.
No,
Just don't quit.
no, you'll regret it.
Yeah.
And there's so many times that I've given up on projects, or I was writing this book in 2020, and I was writing a book for single women about loving themselves first,
Mm.
and basically how that would then allow them to be loved and be in loving relationships. And I quit writing the book
Mm.
because I felt as though I had been married for a really long time,
Mhm.
and I felt as though my voice wasn't necessarily the best voice for single women,
Mm.
and I talked myself out of what is necessary. Still, there's still single women today. It's not like everybody got married and
Not.
no, my voice was still vital. And my voice was vital because I have a proven track record. I've been married for almost 14 years.
Yes.
But what you do is a lot of the times you will discount yourself out of the things that you're supposed to be doing, going back to mindset, because of what you think.
Mhm.
And then what you think is not even what everybody else is thinking. But you have come up with this just conundrum of ideas that are false. And then you'll stop yourself from giving to people what it is that they actually need the most.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm going to still finish the book
I was gonna say
because
you must have
it's
read my mind.
necessary, and I have to get out of my own way. Because the thing
Yeah.
about it is that I'm writing that book for me too,
Yeah.
because I was once single
Mhm.
and I need to finish it because there's somebody else going through a season of singleness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they need the tips and the tools that I wish somebody would have gave me
Yep.
as I was out here floating around with these young men trying to figure it out the best way that I.
Mhm.
And I didn't have a
Mhm.
book. I didn't have someone that was willing to speak from a very transparent place. And I feel like I'm not afraid to tell the truth, shame the devil. So
Yeah.
why would I not finish that?
Why would you not? That was gonna be my question because you
All
married
right.
now,
Mhm.
but you
Mhm.
were single,
I
so you
was.
have a story to tell,
I do a
right?
juicy one too.
Oh, I'm ready for the book. Can I get an autograph
Yes,
copy?
absolutely you can.
Listen, I think that it's important, and I don't, I'm glad you called it out and said you're gonna finish the book because I was gonna get on you,
Yes, yes,
but
yes.
it's necessary.
It
It's
is.
necessary, and we need to tell our stories. Again, it goes back to our tests and our trials, or our testimony. And somebody today that is living as a single woman that desires to be married or
Yeah.
not to be married,
Right.
it has probably gone through some of the things that you've gone through. And how did you overcome that? Your story is meant to be shared.
And that's the thing. People need you.
They do. We need each
They
other.
need what you have.
Mhm.
And that's why you cannot discount what you have.
Mhm.
It's why you can't make it so small. What you have is
Yeah.
great. If one person is able to hear your story, if one person is able to hear your testimonies, if one person is able to benefit off
Mhm.
of what it is you decide to do, that's payment. Like
Yeah.
for me, that's why I love investing in people, because people yield the highest ROI.
Yes.
Not a building, not commercial real estate, not a house, not rental properties, people.
People.
If I can invest everything I have in people, when I see those people then become who it is that they were supposed to be, that for me, that's the highest return on investment.
I love it. Come on, people, ROIs. Yep. So, how do you envision your ideal self, and how does that vision align with the idea of channeling pain into purposeful action?
My ideal self. Wow. My ideal self, that's a really good question.
Thank you.
You did your thing. I think my ideal self is I don't know if I'll ever be done.
Okay.
I don't feel like any of us have reached this point of perfection.
Mm-mm.
Um, so what I would like to see in myself though is a woman who just continues to be Harriet Tubman. So
Mm.
I just want to keep freeing other women.
Yes.
Now, in order to do that though, I'm gonna have to be first. And I think my ideal
The
version is not
word.
afraid to be first.
Okay.
And that is scary though, to blaze a trail, to have to navigate spaces that nobody else has navigated, to have to
Hmm.
take your machete and chop down some trees and shrubs,
Hmm.
and then to detail out a map for somebody else to follow.
Yeah.
So yeah, my ideal version of myself is a point where I am not complaining about being first.
Mm.
So that is
Ooh.
yeah. So not sometimes I'm not afraid, but I'm complaining. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Or I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
And it's so much bigger than me.
Hmm.
And so that's what I want to do. I want to get to the place where I'm not complaining about having to do it, because it's not just about me. It's so that the women behind me can also be able to take the same path.
I love that.
And they won't have any resistance when they do it because I was first. I was able to do it for them.
And you led the way.
I led the way.
Hmm.
Yep.
You led the way. Mm. Mm. We're just gonna marinate on that for a second.
Everybody's not graced to be first.
They're not.
And so I think that when you are first, you count it a blessing because everybody is not graced for it. And so if you are first, if you have been, tapped on the shoulder and told to go on ahead, it's really a blessing for real, because obviously you're built for it. If
Yeah.
you weren't built for it, you wouldn't be first.
Mm-mm.
So the fact that you are first, you understand that I'm equipped, I'm built, I'm going to survive. It's not going to be easy.
Mm-mm.
And there's going to be, along the journey of being first, you're going to be some things that you're going to be encountering for the first time ever in your life.
Yeah.
But you know that they're not going to kill you,
That's
and you
right.
know they're just going to make you stronger. And you have the confidence at the end of the thing that what you did now is that you made the path for the other women so much more easier.
Mhm.
You know what I
Yes,
mean? And so they can kind of, and it's not from this is leadership.
it is.
Like, this is what leadership looks like. And so when it comes to wives, moms, sisters, aunties, women, women lead
Hmm.
in every aspect of their lives all the time. And I think that women should be empowered to know that in everything that you do, you are taking the lead.
Oh, yes. In everything that you do, you are taking the lead.
Yep.
I love it. Come on with a word. Come on with a
I
word.
love you so much.
Let's tap in and see if there's any questions from the audience. Oh, okay. What role does
Oh
self
boy.
discovery and healing play in unlocking your untapped potential? Mm.
What role? First of
Hmm.
all, it's the main role. So self discovery. Okay, let's start. So healing is for me first.
Okay,
You really can't discover yourself until you heal,
I agree.
because blinded eyes don't see well. You know what I mean? And so if I'm blind, how can I do self discovery?
Hmm.
I can't see. So what am I discovering?
Yeah.
Nothing. So healing for me is first. Healing is a journey. Everybody needs a therapist. Everybody needs a
Everybody.
therapist. I have a therapist. My husband has a therapist. Our whole church has a therapist. This is what we believe in. Um, Everybody needs a close friend or a confidant. I think it's important on your healing journey, and you got to be honest with yourself.
Honesty is key.
Oh, like right now where I'm at, sis is very honest. And it honestly protects me because I have been there's opportunities that will come that if you are not honest, you are not prepared.
Yeah.
You are not ready. You are not healed enough to the point to be able to speak over people because you instead of speaking, you will spew.
Hmm.
And I've had to be honest with myself. Or there's just some things that I'm underqualified at this current time.
Yeah.
But an unhealed part of yourself will be doing stuff to seek validation, to want to get the approval from people, wanting to add things to your repertoire, your resume because it feels good. And I don't want to do anything for a quick fix.
Mm-mm.
I want to be able to stand real flat footed, healed, and when things come, when accusations come, or when rumors start, or when if somebody tells me no, it's okay
It's okay.
because I'm healed. And so now that I'm healed, now self discovery can come into play. So for me, healing first, self discovery second. Once you're able to discover who you are and what you're capable of, well, that's potential. Everybody's born with it. The name of my business literally is Potential to Promise because if I can be honest with y'all, when I was a young professional, I was in corporate America forever. I've been a full time entrepreneur for almost 10 years, but I was in corporate for 20 years. And like, I used to always hear the word potential
Mm.
from my mentors. It bothered me
Okay.
because all potential meant was you haven't done anything.
Yeah.
Seed has potential, right? That apple seed has the potential to
To
be an
grow.
apple tree,
Yes. That's the
but
truth.
it doesn't, that seed has not produced any fruit yet. It doesn't have a branch. It hasn't gone through the process of growing roots. None of that. And so I kept hearing the word potential and I didn't like the word because I knew there was more after that. But really what I was had to be honest with myself is the only way to get from potential to promise is the process of growing.
Mm.
And a lot of people, women specifically, we have an issue with the process of growing. Some of us get stagnant.
Hmm.
Some of us don't want to be pruned. Some of us don't want to be planted where we're planted.
Yep.
Some of us are stubborn and we see the tree next to us and it's an orange tree. So now we want to be an orange tree, but we're not
Hmm.
supposed to be an orange tree. It's supposed to be a pear tree.
Yeah.
But I'm comparing my stuff to her stuff. Now I'm discouraged. And so the process of becoming what it is that you are supposed to do is a process of being healed, discovering yourself, not nobody else's stuff. And in the age of social media, it's hard not to compare.
It is.
But comparison is the thief of joy.
Yes, it is.
And so I can't even fall in love with my tree because I'm too busy looking at yours. And not even understanding that my fruit is so fire. And what I'm growing is going to feed so many people. But I can't even focus on my fruit because I'm too busy looking at yours.
Yeah.
And so I think that in order to really go from potential to promise, promise being the fruit, you have to heal first, and then you have to go on a journey of self-discovery. And self-discovery is something that continues to happen. I'm not the same woman I was when I was single. I'm not the same
Yeah.
woman I was before my two sons.
Yeah.
I am a completely different person as a mom.
Yeah.
Like it's just different. My life has evolved. I'm cry all the time because I'm thinking, hey, you know what I mean? I'm like, why am I crying? It's I see certain commercials with kids. Why am I crying? I'm in touch, differently
Yeah.
now. Um, over 40 years old. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I'm different.
Very.
And so my self discovery is a constant journey that I don't know if I'll ever like land at the final destination because I'm evolving all the time. But I know the healed version of me is discovering Ashante, and that is what's important.
Yes. I love that. And I love that self discovery is ongoing because, again, who you are today is not the same person that you were yesterday, 5 years ago, and it's not the same person that you're going to be in 5 years.
No,
And so you have to really tap into that and continue to learn and grow and trust yourself.
yeah, you have
And
to
trust
you have
yourself.
to allow yourself to mourn the old
Yes,
you.
yes.
It's a thing.
It
You have to
is.
mourn old relationships. You have to mourn the old version. You have to mourn your old body.
Yeah.
Like my husband looked at me one day and he was like, the fact that you want to weigh what you weighed at 30,
Mm.
you're not 30
You're
though.
not 30.
30-year-old you didn't have kids. She was just married. She wasn't an entrepreneur. She
Hmm.
wasn't a pastor. Like what are we asking for? And so then I find
Yeah.
myself trying to do the impossible thing of going back to a place that you said you left.
Yeah.
And so self discovery also helps you embrace.
Mm. Yes.
Like I'm loving where I'm at right now. I
Amen.
am embracing totally who I
Yes.
am.
Yes, I love that. And that is my desire for every woman is to
Yes.
just love who they are in the space that they're
Yes.
in that moment. And knowing yourself is key and being healed. And it's okay to go through things and talk about it. There are so many things that women go through, and we are ashamed to have the conversation, and that's how you heal. That's
That is
how
how
you
you heal.
grow, because so many of us have gone through that, are also going through that, and we just need to create spaces to make people comfortable to be okay with having these crucial conversations.
Because they are
Yeah,
crucial.
they
And you're not
are.
the only woman that is has
Mm-mm.
endured it. You're not
That's
the only
right.
woman that has survived it. And when you begin to open your mouth and tell your story,
Yes.
you realize, oh, there's 57 other women in this room who
In
have
this
gone through it
room.
too.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. So I love that, and that's why Empower Her is so important to me, because we have these conversations that don't often get said, and so I
Hmm.
love that. Yes,
Good.
let's keep the party rolling.
I love the party.
All right. So, what steps are you currently taking or planning to take to leverage your past experiences and turn them into a source of motivation and inspiration for your future success in your career or personal life?
Um, so I just recently started doing this. So I started coaching and during COVID, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and coaching was really popular during COVID.
Yeah.
So was mental health therapy
Yeah.
because we all were losing it. Um, and I went to scale my business and I lost a lot of clients. And I hung my hat on that dollar amount is where my value was. And anybody who has tried to scale a business or has offered a service and has had to scale that price, meaning go up,
Mm-hmm.
when certain clients fall away, you have to work very hard on not allowing that to be where you place your value. And so what I've had to learn now is that just wasn't my client.
That's right.
That's just it's just not my tribe. That's just not my circle. You can apply this to even your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Your friend group will change. It just
Yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah.
You outgrow people. The friends you had in high school are not the friends you have in college. Friends you have in college are not the friends that you even have as you mature as a woman. Everything shifts. And so what I've done now is I have made it a point to take where I failed in the past, learn, remember the S we're talking about the ladders, and I'll pivot from a space and make sure that I am confident in my ask. I have this book by Lucinda Cross, who I love dearly, and it's called The Big Ask. And it's literally just a book of how do you ask the big questions? How do you
Wow.
ask for help? How do you ask for a mentor? How do you? Because we women, y'all don't want to ask for help. Y'all are embarrassed, ashamed. There's like this thing called like mom guilt. It's all of these
Yeah.
things that
Mm-hmm.
we and I'm trying to figure out where does this come from?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you embarrassed to ask another woman or another mom or another wife or another single or another whatever? Why are you afraid to ask the question?
Yeah. I
Like,
think, do
where
you
we
think
get
that it
that
comes
from?
from the fear of no, the
No, I
fear
think
of,
it's pride.
I was gonna say, well, pride. It's a lot of
I think
things.
it's
It's
pride.
a lot of things.
Yeah, we
Cause
have
who
been
wants to
taught.
ask for help?
See, but that's the
It's
thing.
shame.
We've been taught
Hmm.
that we can do
Everything,
everything.
everything. That we are super women,
You are not.
especially Black
She is
women.
a fake character.
She is a fake character. Because
She
I tell people all the
she does
time,
not
I am not a
exist.
superwoman.
She's
That song, Superwoman, back in the
uh-uh.
day, I ain't her.
That's not
That's
me.
not my song. Don't play
It's
that.
not because if you do that, we
I don't
like
have no
no,
S on my chest.
no, I don't. But that has been that's been what society has pushed,
Yeah,
and that's what we drink,
yeah.
and that's what we believe that I have to be strong all the
Hmm.
time. I have to endure
Hmm.
everything. I have my granny would say, all you got to do is be black and die. But I
Yep.
mean, that's and
That's
pay.
it.
As,
That's
oh,
what
it
my
used to be
grandma
pay
said.
taxes. She's like, you ain't got to do that
You don't got
neither.
to do that either.
You got two things you
Stay
got to
black and
do.
die.
That's it.
That's
And so when you begin to realize, like, you know what, I do not have to be all of these things to all of these people all the
that's right.
time,
That's right.
baby. That's my goes in my toolkit.
Yeah. And I truly learned the power of no in that
And
process.
it's a complete sentence. And you
Complete.
don't have to say
Explain.
I'm
Mm-mm.
sorry when you're saying no.
I
I've heard
don't.
people say, no, I'm sorry. Why are you
I'm not
apologizing to
sorry.
me? So what I've done now is I'll say no with an explanation, but not no with an apology.
Mm-mm.
Because I don't owe you an apology for saying
Exactly.
no. I will give you an explanation though.
Sometimes.
It depends who you are.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Because sometimes it's
My
just
friends will
no.
get a an explanation. Hey, no, got to do X, Y, and
Yeah.
Z. But a sorry, I apologize.
I
I'm
ain't
not
sorry.
able to.
I ain't sorry.
Why are you saying sorry?
I'm not. We overutilize sorry. I'm sorry, but can you? I'm sorry. You start the sentence and say I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Stop saying that.
Yeah, like I'm sorry. Could you move?
Exactly.
Excuse me. Could you move out of the way?
Exactly.
Excuse me. Not I'm sorry. I
Exactly.
think again, it's conditioning. Talking about
Yeah.
mindset, mentality.
Hmm.
That's why
Yeah.
this is a shift that has to happen all the
Ongoing.
time, and it never stops.
Yeah. I challenge someone, how there's a challenge when you learning to speak or lead a conference and count your ums. I've started challenging people to say, count your I'm sorries in a day.
Ooh,
Count your I'm sorries because it's real.
now that you say that's crazy.
It's real. I'm sorry. Can I?
Wow.
Didn't mean it. I'm
One
sorry. I
of
didn't
my
mean
old
to.
mentors used to call. He said one of my evaluations. I was young. I was probably 24. He said, I love you. You're a leader. You're young." And he said, "But you say too much."
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I was offended. Second of all, he said, "But the reason why I'm telling you this is because you speak well." He said, "And I want you to be able to speak without saying."
Yes,
He said they were called filler words. He
they
says, "So
are.
some people curse and some people say."
Mm-hmm.
He said, I want you to not say." He said, "So what I want you to do is I want you to think so clear about what it is that you're saying.
Yes.
You're not reaching for."
Yes.
And so some people are at a low level of themselves that they reach for "I'm sorry."
Yeah.
Because that's the first thing that comes to them is that
That's
they
right.
are wrong.
That's right.
I am not wrong
No.
about my time,
Mm-mm.
about protecting my peace,
Mm-mm.
about not passing out my money,
That's right.
about not wanting to share my food, anything.
You are not wrong.
I am not wrong, so I don't need to
You do
apologize.
not need to apologize.
My voice is loud. I talk with my hands, and I am not sorry.
Amen. Count your ums and your I'm sorries.
Yes, that's
That is the
good.
challenge for the month of June. Count
Wow.
your ums and your I'm sorries. And I guarantee you,
Whew.
many of you say I'm sorry too much.
I'm gonna work on that. I'm working on that this month. Wow.
Yes. Okay. All right. Can you recall a specific instance in your life where pain or hardship significantly impacted your beliefs about yourself and your potential?
Don't make me spit out the water. First of all, yes, there's plenty of times. This is
Mhm.
life we live in,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Um, wow. So, okay, one time in particular, um, doing life with people, man, it gets messy.
Mhm.
And I know we hear this all the time, but it is a true story. Everybody, they can't just handle you as you begin to mature and become who it is that you're supposed to be.
That's right.
Because if you are supposed to be a leader, and people are not willing to share that space with you, you are now intimidating them. And people who are used to being in front or being the leader, they don't necessarily want to share that space. And so the tools that they used to use to keep you under them as you heal, as
Mhm.
you understand who you are, self discovery, those tricks of manipulation don't work anymore. And so as you become smarter and wiser and more knowledgeable, and as confidence begins to grow in you and you are sure what it is that you're supposed to be doing and you begin to speak with authority, it makes the room uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And what I've learned about finding your voice and not being afraid of who you are, two things happen in the room because the room is shifted. But you have people in the room who will honor you,
Hmm.
and you have people in the room who are afraid of you.
That's right.
And I've learned, man, of what I've gone through with my people relations is we say everybody can't go.
Mm.
I believe everybody can, they don't want to. Everybody can absolutely go with you if they're willing to submit to the new version of you.
Yeah.
Everybody can absolutely go with you if they're willing to help you.
Mm.
Everybody absolutely can go if they play their part.
I love that.
People don't want to play their part.
They don't.
It's a bunch of leaders or chiefs is no Indians.
Ooh, girl, I've
And
been saying that a
so,
lot.
it's only one, hey, there's one visionary, there's one director, there's one
Yes.
CEO, there's
Yes.
one president.
Yes.
But all of these high level positions, the owner, whoever, I need people,
Hmm.
but I just need you to play your part.
Yes. You better preach.
That's and so what happens is that people are not comfortable
Yeah.
with playing
That's
their
right.
proper position. So now I have an accountant who wants to be the dreamer. I don't need you to be the dreamer.
Whew.
I need you to crunch this math.
Yes.
And but because people are they haven't healed, they haven't done self-discovery, they're miserable.
Hmm.
You're not gonna make me miserable.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law would say, you uh, hire slow, fire fast
Ooh,
in every aspect of your life,
that's right.
including your circle.
Come on, mother in
And
love.
so you will be demoted
Yeah.
quickly because I'm not there anymore.
Mm-mm. Me
I'm
neither.
not in that space anymore. And if you can't honor me, value me, love me
Hmm.
in this version of Ashante, if
Hmm.
you can't play your position and play your part, then you probably can't go.
Yeah.
And so now where I'm at is I mourn that and I move on.
Yes.
Man, I really wanted you to go.
Hmm.
But you want to go and you want to sit in a seat that is not your assigned seat.
It's not your assignment.
We are all going on the same destination. Great. Let's go to the Bahamas. We get on the plane. Why are you in F-12? It's not saying that you're not going to the Bahamas.
Right.
We are still going to the Bahamas, but why are you in a seat that's not assigned to you?
That's right.
I need you in G14.
Yeah.
And what happens is that people lose sight of, oh, we're going to the same place. My seat just looks different. But your seat looks different because your view needs to be different. Maybe you can't see what I see. Maybe you're not supposed to see what I see. Maybe you can't handle what I
Mm,
see.
they can't.
And so I need you to go in G14. Maybe you'll see some stuff back there that you need to fill me in on.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Maybe you need to learn your assignment and fall in love with what it is you're supposed to be doing so that me and you can work together on getting to the destination that we're trying to get to. And I've seen it happen in every organization you can possibly think of. People quit because it has nothing to do with the destination.
Mm-mm.
It has everything to do with they don't want to embrace their assignment.
Ooh, girl, that's a whole word.
I witness it all the time.
Yes.
And so people will chase platform or they'll chase the microphone. It's like, y'all have no idea the hell that comes along with a certain call,
Hmm.
a certain title, this
Hmm.
desk, this corner office, this position.
They just see the glitz and glam
It's
of the
not
now,
glitz, it
not
is
how you
not
got
glamour,
there, not what it takes to get
or
there
to stay there,
or to stay there.
or the daggers in my back that
Yes.
are currently there
Yeah.
because of the position and title that I hold.
Hmm.
And people are heavy.
They, ooh,
And so the question
so
is, can you
heavy.
carry the weight that I can carry?
Mm-mm.
Probably not.
Because if you could, you would be in this position.
And so just help me.
Yes.
And so that's where I'm at in my life is
Yeah.
if when people come because it happens often. Like, oh, I want to be a part of what you're building,
Mhm.
or oh, I want to be. If okay, then show me how you're helping,
Yeah.
because I don't need you to take over what I'm established or what I'm doing. I want to see are what service are you,
Yeah.
your hands. Let me see your hands.
Yeah.
Are they ready to
Work.
work and get busy? I don't.
Because we got the chief, and now we need Indians
And if you want to be a chief, then go be a chief.
somewhere else.
You just can't be a chief here.
Mm. We could end there, but we're gonna keep going. We're
Let's
gonna
keep it.
keep going because that's good.
Yeah.
And I think and I hope that that message is received because basically the moral of the story is stay in your lane.
Please, please
Stay in
stay in
your
your
lane.
lane. I mean, we say that, but I don't. I am a very the way my brain works. I love real life examples. That is
Mhm.
just how the good Lord bless me.
Yeah.
And so, if you think about staying in a lane, if you are a student driver,
Yeah. That's it. Just that right there.
why are you in the fast lane at 5 o'clock?
Yeah.
You need to be an experienced driver
Yeah.
to be over there.
Yeah.
Take the HOV lane for my East Coast people.
Ooh,
You don't have enough in your vehicle to be over there.
that's right.
You don't have any passengers. You're not
Mm-mm.
carrying anybody.
Mm-mm.
The HOV lane is meant for people who have
We have
passengers.
passengers.
As leaders, we have passengers. I carry it. I just got done talking about blazing the trail. I got people coming behind me.
Yeah.
I'm responsible for the people in the vehicle.
Mm.
And if you can't be responsible for the people in the car, why are you in HOV lane?
Mm. Stay in your
Just
lane.
think. Why? Because we're going the same place.
Destination
Man,
remains
exit
the
17A is still our exit.
same. Yeah.
I'm just taking a different way.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
But if you try to take my way, you're gonna get a ticket.
Mm.
Because you ain't got no business in that lane.
You're gonna get a ticket. Ooh.
Now you gotta
Then you're gonna
pay
be
it.
saying I had such a bad
Now
day.
you're gonna be apologizing.
Yeah, you're gonna be apologizing. I'm sorry,
Now
officer.
you're gonna feel bad. Like I need y'all to see the domino effect that happens when you are somewhere that you should not be.
That's right. That's right. You stressed and it
Now you
shows.
stressed.
You
Now
look
you
like what you've been
now you
through.
negotiating between the water bill and this
Mhm.
$210 ticket.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean wow.
Yeah.
All from just not being where you're supposed to be because you're not
Yeah.
comfortable because you see me going 85 and you want to go 85 too.
Mhm. Mm.
Let's just empower her. We're here.
We're here.
We're
That's what we're
here
here for.
empowering you.
All right. I think we have a question from the audience.
Great.
Did a question pop up? Yes. How can we shift our mindset? Oh, wait. I think we're going to switch to another question.
Okay.
What made you want to build a career centered in helping other women? And why do you think it's so important today?
Okay. So first of all, I did not. Let me start there.
Okay.
We're normally called to the thing that we hate.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm being very, very transparent. My relationships with women have not been the best. Um, and just from relationship with my mom, from relationships, I'm the only girl.
Mm.
So I'm the eldest child. So I'm the boss, right?
Mhm.
And honestly, like just my whole life, I've always been more comfortable around men.
Mm.
I was a tomboy growing up. Uh, I never forget in middle school. So I played the drums, right? I've played the drums
Okay.
a very, very long time. And I used to beat on tables in middle school, and all the boys used to rap. So they used to always be like, Tay,
Yes.
Tay. And I used to do the computer love beat.
Yes.
But I played
All right.
basketball. I
Tap
ran
tap.
track. I was always cool with all of the guys. I was tall. I'm 5'11 and a half. I've been 5'11 and a half probably since I was like 14. So I was just always here goes this big girl. My voice has always been deep. People was like, "Can you sing?" No, I just sound like Tony Braxton. Like I talk with my hands. I wear a size 10 shoe. I've just always been just a larger than life or larger than average woman,
Yeah.
right? My personality is also very, very large. Most women do not like that.
Mm.
They don't. It makes them uncomfortable, but they will submit to a man in a heartbeat. But then when it comes to submitting to a woman, I'm not qualified, or they can do what I can do, or all of the things. And so to be honest with you, I did not want to coach women and tried to get out of it. When I started coaching, I had men as clients.
Okay.
Did an excellent job. I mean, I got videos of men telling me I changed their lives. I mean, those are some of my greatest coaching sessions were with men.
Wow.
And then I got a tap on the shoulder, from who I submit myself to, the Lord. And he said, no, I did. I told you, women.
Mm.
I was trying to get out of it because women are difficult
Hmm.
and they are petty and they like to gossip, and they talk bad about you when you ain't in the room.
Hmm.
And if it's an opportunity between you and them, they take the opportunity for themselves,
Yeah.
and they're catty. And the list goes on. And the reason why I know all this because I am a woman,
Yes.
so I too have lived this life. I understand what it is like to be a woman, and the jealousy and the selfishness that women do to each other is disgusting. I didn't want no
It
parts of
is.
that. So the reason why I started coaching just exclusively women, A, is obedience, and B, is because it's necessary. Because women are still being petty. Women are still not wanting to empower each other, or if they do, it's fake. It's not real. It's not
Mm.
organic. I have friends who, me being their friend was difficult because I don't trust nobody because of the pain that I have endured at the hands of women.
Yeah.
Men, no, was my best friends. I got male best friends right now. I got a brother in Houston. I got another one in Indianapolis. Right now, I can call them and they'll be like, "Tay, what you need?"
Mm.
And so, nurturing the relationships with women has been very important for me. It's been my own personal journey, and it is something that I want to make sure that women experience in their lives. To
I
crack the
love it.
code, though, you gotta love you. And that is the number one reason why
It
women don't let
is.
women into rooms, and why they block the table, and why they dog you out, is because they don't love them.
That's right.
And so, no, I can't let you in the room, because if I let you in the room, then there's not enough space for me. And that is a lie. Or if I let you sit at the table, then the attention's off of me.
Mm.
So I don't want you sitting at the table with me. Whole time, is enough room for everybody.
Everybody. I say that all the time. It's enough room for all of us to
But
eat.
perception is reality.
Yeah.
And so if my mindset is still toxic, if my mind has not been renewed, if I still have stinking thinking, when I see you come and Erica has this bold personality and this beautiful smile and her face is she's always fly, I am intimidated by you.
Yeah.
Instead of submitting myself to Erica and see how Erica can bless me.
Hmm.
So you're not a blessing, you're a threat.
Mm. And I love everybody.
But you see what
So
I'm saying?
I'd be like, girl, it's your loss.
And then it's just like you got people who don't like you and you don't know why they don't.
I don't
Why
even
do you
know
not? Why
you.
do you not like me?
Right.
I've not done anything to you, but
Mm.
because you heard something or because your perception of me,
Yeah.
it gives you the eeks. Why? Because you got a problem with you.
That's right.
And so when my 5'11" and a half frame walks into the room
Hmm.
and I'm talking with my hands and I'm being bold and I'm speaking from a healed space, it
Mm.
intimidates the little girl inside of you who needs to heal.
That needs to heal. It goes back to being healed and knowing who you are and whose you are. Because if you know those, if you are healed, you know who you are, whose you are, you're not intimidated by no other woman
I'm
or
I'm
anybody.
celebrating her.
Right.
I'm like, yes, give me
Yes.
like, and
Yes.
I wanna be in the room with you. What can
Yes.
I glean from you? What can I
Absolutely.
learn from you? Like out
Absolutely.
of your cup, can you pour into me?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, we can pour
Because
into
we
each
can lift
other.
each other up.
We're never
Exactly.
empty.
We're never
And I'm
empty when
telling
we
you
have
right
each
now, my
other.
friendships are all reciprocal. All
Hmm.
of my friendships now, I have like 5 friends, and none of us are ever empty.
Yeah.
It's a constant pour.
It's a constant pour.
And the minute that it's not, I'm gonna make sure she's straight. But if she
Hmm.
can't pour into me anymore, she gets placed
Hmm.
properly.
Yeah.
because
I love that.
that's all I have space for. I only have space for people who can pour.
Because you cannot pour from an empty cup. And if I'm always pouring into you and it's not reciprocated, at one point, at some point, I'm going to be drained. And
Right.
then I can't have that. I can't take those chances with
No.
myself.
And I get it. Everybody
So,
has dry seasons. So this is
yeah.
like I understand. You go through,
Hmm.
okay, sometimes you're thriving, sometimes you're surviving.
Hmm.
Got it. But baby, years?
Years.
Every time? All the
No,
time?
some every day.
Eh,
Every day is something.
I wish this was tea because I would blow on it like it was hot as
Go ahead. We just gonna sip some tea real quick.
yes. Mm-hmm. You gotta blow on it because it's a little
Because
next
every
to
day.
no.
Mm-mm.
And I can't do that.
And it's draining, and I don't like it.
So
I don't like
I'm a
it.
properly place you. I had one of my good girlfriends. I was walking her through the navigation of her friendships as she's gotten older and
Mm.
just properly placing people.
Yeah.
I don't have to cut anybody off.
Mm-mm.
Like everybody has a space.
Yeah.
Now, unless you've done me bad, then you're out.
Absolutely.
But if we just have kind of got to a space where we're not besties anymore, you're properly placed. You probably still gonna get a Christmas card.
Hmm.
I'm gonna still shoot a text maybe every 6 months. Just check when I
Hmm.
see you, it's love and smiles and
Yeah.
hugs because you're properly
But you're
placed.
not in my everyday.
Oh, you're not in my every month,
Right. I
every
mean,
6 months.
but if I see you, I love you.
If I see you, I love you,
Yeah.
and it's
And love on
oh,
you.
and it's
And it's
okay.
okay.
I'm not saying sorry
Yeah. For what?
for you being properly placed.
For
What I look
what?
like?
Mm-mm. We're not doing that. Count your I'm sorry's. All right. All right. Have you ever felt hesitant to pursue your dreams or take risks due to fear of experiencing further pain or setbacks?
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh yeah, converting failures into finishes is hard.
Mm. Yeah.
What in a perceived failure? I had an event um, last month, and um, in my mind, it was a failure
Mm.
because it wasn't what I saw.
Yeah.
It wasn't what I saw. What I saw was, room full,
Mm.
and I got into a quiet place, and I was praying, and God checked me. He was like, "How you know I showed you that day?"
Mm.
I said,
Ooh.
"Oh, how do you know I showed you that day? So what I showed you, it didn't have to be that day. You took it as though it was that day, and
Yeah.
then you took that, and then you perceived it as a failure.
Mm.
And I had gone like off my registrations, and I was going to cancel the event.
Wow.
But you know what popped up? Ashante can't quit this year.
Don't quit.
My word boomerang back, slapped me in the face. You said that you weren't going to quit anything that you started this year. So I couldn't quit. And I had to have the event. And I had the event, and it was an amazing time. And the women that were there were impacted in a major way. I had two young women that signed up for coaching.
Mm.
So in this small number, still worked out for my good.
Good.
And it boosted my confidence. It's like you have these things called faith boosters that happen, and it just whew, it's like a
Mm.
rocket booster, just a little boost
Yeah.
to get me to the next event and the next event, and so that when I get to the one that I saw,
Hmm.
I'll have enough faith and confidence built up.
Yeah.
And that's what though I take all of that now. When I go live and there's only 6 people on the live, I talk like it's 1,000 people on there
As you should. Because if it's one person,
because one goes to 1,000.
yeah.
But what happens is that we're not ever satisfied with the one.
Mm-mm.
It's you have to have steps. You can't go from kindergarten to graduate school.
No.
But see, that makes sense to me naturally. I understand the process of having to learn things from different grades and having,
Hmm.
arithmetic and how these are building blocks and, fifth grade elementary, division. How if without it, then I would never be able to do eighth grade math. That makes sense to me. But why does it not make sense to me when it comes to my dreams?
Mm.
Why do I want to rush the process when it comes to my vision?
Mm.
and it's the process.
It's the
It's the
process.
process. It's this process of an event of not being sold out is making me, it's
Yeah,
making me better. It's growing in me patience. It's
absolutely.
nurturing some spaces in me that still need to be nurtured. There's some healing that still has to happen, and it happens by those instances.
Yes.
And so that's what I do. I'm like, nope, you're not gonna quit. You're gonna do it anyway. It is not a loss. It was absolutely a lesson, and I use it as faith boosters.
Absolutely. I love that because when you get to that dream that God placed upon you, you're going to be like, I see now.
I see
I
now.
got
I
it.
see why this one was necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm, I love that.
I love you. I love when you did one of these, one of them both shoulders.
Like,
Uh-huh.
my shanana. Well, listen, our time has come to an end.
Oh,
We could sit here and chat
no, literally. We could.
forever, for real. But before I let you go, what is one thing that you would like the audience to walk away with?
One thing out of all of the things. So I would let the audience know that no matter where you are in life right now, that you have potential to be what it is that you see.
Mm,
And I don't mean what you see by comparing yourself to somebody else. I mean what you see when you close your eyes, the dream that you have, the vision that you have, no matter what where you are in your life. It doesn't, if you're in an apartment and you want a house, if you see the house, you can get the house. If you don't have a college education and
hmm.
that's what you want to pursue, you can walk across the stage.
Yeah.
If you aren't married and you want a husband, you can be married. You can, everything that it is that you see, you can do it because you have the potential to do it.
Mm. You look at you using that word potential.
I mean, because it's in my business name.
Exactly. Well, it was truly an honor
Thank you
to
so
just
much.
spend this hour with you and
I
have this
count it an honor.
conversation.
Yes.
I feel empowered from the conversation, and I'm
Good.
sure from the questions that came through that the audience feels empowered as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
I
so
love I
much.
love Dress for Success. I love everything that you guys are doing. This Empower Her series is remarkable, and I am honored, honestly, to be a
Thank you.
part of this vision.
Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Feel free to share this message with your network. We look forward to seeing you every second Thursday of the month here on Facebook and YouTube pages at 11:30. We will see you next month in July. Have an amazing day. Again, I'm Erica, Dress for Success Columbus, and we will see you soon.
Bye, guys.